Lunacy by Joe Fiore. It's madness.
I'm gonna get myself a modem. 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 Hello and welcome to Lunch Therapy. I'm your host, Joel Marshall. So glad to have you here today. We're so lucky to have Jennifer Freed on the show today. She is an astrologer and a therapist, combined, licensed doctor of psychology, and also an astrologist of the highest level. So super excited for that. I'm going to this show. Can't quite point at it. Going to the show tonight. One of our group is in this show, Ginny Sykes. It's at the Hollywood Improv Lab tonight at 9:45. Camel and I are going to be there. I invite you to go there as well. See Ginny Sykes and these other hilarious comedians. So come on by. It's a little late, but we'll take a nap. All right, I want to say thank you to all the Patreons out there. This is how we do independent media. We have Patreons. You subscribe like you do to Netflix or to any other streaming services out there. And it's a great way to promote independent media, because that's the best kind lately, I think, at least. Thanks to all our Patreons: Jay Patterson, Pam Palmieri, Neil Phillips, Seth Word, Jason Edelman, all these people. Oh, it's so cool. Daniel Muchler, not Munchler. It's a cool background, isn't it? Yeah, I got some astrology backgrounds today because of the guest. Let's get into our breathing. We always take 3 deep breaths at the beginning of the show. All right, it's great to see Clusterfan here. Hoi, Rob. Bring your questions today about astrology and about therapy, because I know a lot of us need it out there. I know I do. Behind me is Tibetan Vibrations. These guys helped me get through many different iterations of terror over the last few years. And that's what we're here for today. We're here to commune with our people. And we're here every Friday at noon. And then on Tuesdays, we have a show that's almost like a different show, but it's also called Lunch Therapy, where we have a quiz and we give away $15, and it's super fun. And come on by. You can play from the chat room. Chuck Goldsmith is here. So good to see you. So good to see you, Chuck. Chuck is a hilarious comedian and online. What would you call yourself, Chuck? You're an influencer? I think so. I see Perseus in a different location today, still napping though. Yeah, Perseus the cat is way back there. All right, we better take 3 deep breaths because we got a lot to talk about today. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. In through the nose. Hold it. Let it go. One more. In through the nose, out through the toes. Let it go. Okay, let's get into the interview today. Jennifer Freed. TGIJ. Thank God it's Joel. Yeah, thank God we're all here. You know, Jennifer talks in her book about having your sacred crew, which is something that it really resonates with me. Your sacred crew of people. I count you all in on that sacred crew of people. Howard Aronin, hilarious comedian here in Los Angeles. Chuck Goldsmith, good to see you. I'd say I'm a video experimenter, just achieved a major thing. I got 9,000 likes, I believe, on this one video about open. The government stopped the shutdown. Oh, interesting. Chuck. Howie, we love your potatoes. Howie has positive potatoes. He won one on the show, and now they've grown into many different vegetables. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but it does to us here. What a great space you've created for everyone. We appreciate it. Thanks, Chuck. Hummingbirds equals sacred crew. Yeah, we call ourselves the Hummingbirds. All right, so got a perfect person here for the show today that's going to really help us out. Her name is Jennifer Freed. She has spent over 4 decades helping people understand who they are, why they're here, and what the universe might have to say about that. She's a licensed therapist, a psychological astrologer, a best-selling author of 11 books, and her latest book, Beyond Aquarius, is a novel, a fictional novel. So she's been featured in the New York Times, Good Morning America, NPR, and Goop. She co-founded AHA, which is a social emotional learning program that serves over 3,000 families a year in California. And she has built a devoted following of people who swear that a session with her changed their life. She works at the intersection of depth psychology and the cosmos, blending the clinical with the cosmic, the chart with the couch, somehow makes it all feel completely grounded and deeply human. Whether you're a true believer in astrology or a skeptic, which I think maybe I was a skeptic, I promise you by the end of this conversation, you're going to be at least a little bit curious about astrology and psychology. Kamala says she wants a session already, just from the description. That's cool.
That's oppressive. Somebody has to agree with you. That's subjugating somebody. Always say something as a question. Ask more questions than you do telling people things. And here's my biggest one, have them speak more than you. I've had the astrology reading where the person talks nonstop for 50 minutes, doesn't ask me a thing, kind of doesn't even matter if I'm there, they're just reading me. And I end up feeling like, wow, I just got a dose of a lot of information that I have no idea what I'll do with. It's just like a mind dump. And that's not where I live. I don't live just in the information. I live in an embodied, soulful recognition of things, and I want some tools. So for those astrologers that are learning, ask questions more than tell people. And also, if you're wrong, that's information too.
All right, Jennifer Freed, welcome to Lunch Therapy.
It's already been quite a ride, Joel, starting with the skeleton and the intro. It's like, wow, you're really tripping.
Yes, we're tripping around here, that's for sure. We try and keep ourselves on an astral plane.
Yeah.
I saw in the green room when you were out there with my assistant, Boney, that you were breathing along with us, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always breathing because, as I said to you when we were discussing before the show, with all the incoming negativity and noise, I need to reset at least once an hour. And I have a whole breathing practice and a locating the body practice that I rely on to just keep coming back to the moment that is exactly how it should be. And that's how I do it.
Is that acceptance when you say that? Acceptance is
Yeah, it's acceptance, but more than that, all this information and noise is to deregulate us and to fear, to scare us and to make us anxious and not very clear. So the reset is for me to just come back in the present holy moment, that this moment is just great. And
Yes.
if I can remember that, it's really an important reminder.
I had that experience this morning. I was lying there in bed, stressing out about the world. And then I got up and I pet my cats. That's the thing that kind of brings me back to the world and the joy. And then I also looked at some flowers and I was like, okay, those flowers, that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening in your world. It's just these flowers. And it actually brought me back to a place of happiness.
Yes, after every session, I do about 2 coaching sessions a day and sometimes an interview. But after every session, I walk out to our garden and with my bare feet and just walk and just take a moment to go, this is everlasting, all the rest of it, passing.
Richard is here. Hi, Richard. Great to see you. We've got Jennifer Freed on the show today. She's an astrologer and a therapist, just so he knows.
Just
what's
so you
going
all
on.
know,
Yeah,
bring it.
if you have any questions, bring
the
it.
skepticism, bring the enthusiasm. For me, it's great to be a skeptic because it means that you want to have an understanding that would lend you to be more optimistic and believing. I think skepticism is very healthy.
Really? But it can be taken to an extreme, don't you think?
Well, that's cynicism.
Oh, I like
Very
that.
different.
I like
Very
your
different.
specificity.
Yeah. I love a skeptic. A cynic is just a really hard-boiled, shutdown person.
Were you ever a skeptic of astrology, and how did that come into your life?
I still am. Yeah. Well, I was raised, I was born in New York. I'm Jewish. I come from an intellectual, artistic family. There was no interest in anything spiritual or astrological, but I felt called at a young age. And my path has always been deep reading. And also, when I've been doing sessions all these years, I'm always learning and I'm very willing to be educated and be wrong. And it's just been over these 40 years of doing session after session that the relevance, the healing, the reliability of astrology is profound, just profound. But I'm always going, really? Really? Because it's not based on anything I understand.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why I was skeptical. Originally, I had Mort Burke, who's a hilarious comedian, on the show, and he was telling me about astrology and how he and his wife were into it. And I was really like, isn't that a bunch of hooey? And I guess I was like, it just seems weird that we're basing something on our perspective of the stars, which is just one perspective of the stars, one very small viewpoint. And but of course, I don't understand it.
Well, this might help you, though, because this is kind of how I got grounded in it. Before we had all of this artificial light, for thousands of years, every single person's ancestor that's watching this show lived by the cycle of the planets and the stars. That is how they knew time. That is how they understood cycles. And if you think of it that way, there's a season for everything. Astrology in its oldest form is based on seasons and seasonal understandings. It's very practical, it's very pragmatic, and it grew to be more of an oracular art form as people could see, when Venus is in this position geometrically to Mars, there seems to be a lot of attraction and magnetism. So it's very empirical, and people studied it through generations of people. So it's not that woo-woo, really.
Yeah. Where did it come from? Where does astrology come from? India, or where does it come from?
Well, it's universal. So there's no
Yeah.
one culture it came from because, again, all our ancestors lived by
Oh,
natural
everyone
occurring
did.
lights. Every single person was watching the traveling of the planets and they associated them with gods and goddesses. So that's just in all our DNA.
Who decided on the signs and codified them as very specific?
Well, that's different people throughout history, and that's not my specialty,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems to have what we call a synchronicity. Like there's no direct link, but when they looked at, oh, this fiery red planet we'll call Mars, and it
Mm-hmm.
will be Aries because it's the god of war, and red and fiery seems to be a good match.
So the elements play a major role in this as well, right?
Yes.
So how do they? There are certain signs that are fire and certain signs that are water. And can you tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about that?
Yeah. The three fire signs associated with like intensity and illumination and passion and boldness are Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. The three earth signs associated with grounding and sensuality and practicality are Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. The three signs, which you have a bunch of this, that are associated with mind and communication and ideas are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And finally, the three water signs that are associated with deep sensitivity and feeling and a kind of merging Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio.
Wow.
And a chart is the map of your soul. So it's got everything in it. You have all elements within you. We're all born with all four elements. It's just that you have certain planets that are in certain elements.
That's so interesting. So when,
How intense am I as a
as a
Capricorn?
Capricorn, there's a
Well,
question for
only
you.
you could tell me that. Like, a Capricorn can be really intense, but I don't know you. So that's the other thing. All these stereotypes, they're just BS. Just BS. It's not at all like that. You have to dive deep into the map of the soul to see how things are actually intersecting and connected. And then you got to really be curious about how that shows up for somebody. Capricorn, as a sun sign, is ruled by Saturn. That tends to be somebody that feels a great deal of responsibility and feels like they have to perform and they have to succeed. But I've met some mellow Capricorns, but I've met some really driven Capricorns. So,
Now, I just want to see what they said here. Admirable to see how expanded and open-minded you are. Astrology helped me learn my energy from Vedic, Mayan, Dragonic, Western, and human design. I learned through therapy my emotions and through astrology. So there's
yeah,
somebody
this
that also
person's
does.
got it going on. Whoever that is, you're great.
Yeah. So were you drawn to psychology first and then went into astrology, or vice
No,
versa?
at the
Or
exact
both?
same time.
At the
It was a
exact same
parallel
time?
path. Yeah, it was a parallel path. It's basically when I got to leave home and I became my own creator.
Yeah.
I was simultaneously exposed to both, and they both fit me like a glove because psychology is the study of how to help people alleviate pain and suffering and strengthen their resources. And astrology is a cosmic map of the soul, so you can pinpoint how to help people. And I just studied them at the same time. But what's unique is that I'm one of the few people that got licensed as an international certified astrologer and a marriage family therapist. So a lot of people are now into this idea of psychological astrology, but they haven't necessarily got the pedigree or the training of either discipline.
There's so much to know, it
So
seems.
so much.
Richard
Joel,
is
so much.
Richard says the way I've always viewed astrology is that we know the moon has gravitational pull on the planet. So why shouldn't all the other heavenly bodies also have gravitational pulls and effects on the planet?
Yes, I say yes, Richard.
We
Whatever.
agree with
Like
that.
my thing is, I don't understand the cause at all. I'm not a causal person. I just keep talking to people about their charts, and the resonance is almost 100%. So then that's empirical data. Like there's something to this.
Chris says, hello, I'm a Gemini, which means I'm both sincere and also people think I'm a liar. It's fun. What do you think about that?
Okay, well, a Gemini ruled by Mercury would think that having a double face is fun. Now, maybe somebody else would not think that is so fun, but I'm happy for Chris. It's working for Chris.
It is. Chris is a hilarious comedian.
It's working for.
He's really good. Okay, so you have multiple books. The one that I looked into was the one called A Map to Your Soul, Using Astrology of Fire, Earth, Air, and Water to Live Deeply and Fully. Now, you talk about houses in this book. Can you tell me a little bit about what these houses are? You don't have to go through them all, but
It's just like a pie. When you look up in the sky, years and years ago, they divided up the sky into certain sectors, and each of those sectors is what you call a house. It's just a space in the sky. And in a person's chart, there are 12 pieces of the pie, if you will, and each of those pieces really focus on a certain area of living and growth. So when you look at one's chart, like I'm looking at yours now, Joel, we look at that you have in the first house of identity, you have Mercury and Neptune in Scorpio, which means a communicator of deep transformational ideas and dreams.
wow, I like that. That
Yeah.
sounds
So,
good.
but if you know the chart and the houses, you can really look into where are the greatest areas of expression and learning. It's pretty technical, but the book is meant for people that are interested in astrology or interested in psychology, because you don't need to know astrology to read the book.
One of the things that I like about it is it opens up your mind to a lot of different ideas that sets you on a path.
Oh,
You know what I
good.
mean? That's what I felt like.
Great.
The thing that resonated to me that I mentioned before was this idea of the people around you, and you call it
The sacred crew.
the
Yeah.
sacred crew. Can you tell me
Yeah.
about the sacred crew?
Yes. This is survival for the heart-centered people in this next period of our history. We are who we surround ourselves with. I'm convinced of this. So if you're with people that are just nattering in your ear about everything horrible, that's your vibe. But if you're around people that are really about uplifting you and complimenting you and positive challenging you, then you're really riding high. And even if you have trouble in your life, you've got this crew. Think of it like a rowing crew that's rowing you toward your best self. My contention, as Pluto now is in the sign of Aquarius and things are boiling up, you need to know who you're with, and you need to make commitments to them, not just, texting or digital media, but like commit. It means showing up. It means we don't grow by having the same mirror day after day after day. I'm in a partnership now. We're going to celebrate 30 years. It's the happiest thing of my life.
Yeah.
But that is just one mirror. And I have lots of friends that give me shit and keep me in line and love me up. And, that's important to have at least a few people that are for you and also for your highest good, so they won't let you get away with stuff.
I think also being in the community that I'm in, which is a lot of comedians and actors,
Yes.
that it's very important to have, first of all, people that are not just putting you down all the time, or always in competition trying to squash you so that they can feel bigger about themselves. But also we need to support each other because we're doing all these shows and we need experience on stage and things like that. And you need to have a fan base. And if you're not known, you need to have these people that come out and support you, and you need to support them. And I think sometimes we don't understand that as entertainers.
Well, I got to say, because I'm always about trying new things to, push myself a bit. And so I got my partner and I to take a stand-up comic course for 10 weeks.
Yes.
And then we performed in front of hundreds of people.
Did you?
And and I really sucked. I was very bad at it. And it was humiliating, like seriously
No.
humiliating, because I think I'm pretty good at things, but I
Yeah.
was not funny. And
Oh.
it was really bad. I ended up being okay. Like by the time we
Yeah.
performed in front of a bunch of
I'm
people.
sure you were much better than you're saying you are.
No, I am honest. I'm good
Really?
at things. I'm
Yeah.
not good at that. So,
Yeah.
but what it gave me appreciation for,
Mhm.
I think comedy is the most vulnerable, difficult thing anyone ever does. It's like being naked in front of your high school and having the meanest people in the room.
Yeah.
You know, I give you a lot of props. And I'm
Thanks.
glad I did it because I kind of was snobby about comedy. Oh, I don't like that comedy, and I don't like that comedy. Then I did it. I went like, holy shit, these people are courageous.
Well, it forces you, and as you go down the path of being a comedian,
Yeah.
you realize you have to get more and more personal, and
Oh,
things have to get more and more real, and that's the only way you connect to the audience. Otherwise,
it's horrible. It's horrible.
and so it's like this challenge, and that's why a lot of people come and go in the stand-up comedian world because
Yeah, you got to keep growing as a person and laying it out. And I don't know. I just all props to all of you, but definitely if you're a comedian, you need your people. We have this Friday morning, every Friday, there's like 4 of us or 5 of us that meet. And you know Jane Lynch, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
So she's a dear friend. And so we meet with her and a couple of
awesome.
people. And I'll tell you something, like we're all help me, love me, love me, love me, because life is brutal. Yeah, there she is.
There she is with your
Life
book.
is brutal, and we all want to stay up, but we also have to help each other suffer what we're suffering, because you can't bypass. You can't go, oh, I'm not suffering.
Yeah.
You got to really let people in and let them know this is really hard for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, we do that every Friday, and we always leave feeling better.
I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I feel like a lot of times I don't want to tell people when I'm suffering because I feel like I'm giving them some kind of burden or they're not going to want to be around me if I'm like that. You know what I mean? Do you ever?
No, I
feel
don't
that
really
way?
know what you mean. Because here's my thing.
Yeah.
You have this lovely wife that you mentioned earlier. Say her name again.
Kamala. There she is
Pamela.
right there.
Now, if she's
saying we should start that weekly meeting. That's what she's saying.
okay, no, you should, because let me promise you this: if she came to you with her heart on the sleeve and said, "Joel, I'm really, really going through so much grief today," are you burdened by that?
No.
No, men make this up. I have to say, like, it's
Yeah.
not burdening to tell the truth about your feelings. What's burdening is to be all walled off, shut down, stoic, and people have to read your freaking mind and also take care of you because you look so fragile in it. There's so much strength. There's so much strength in saying, like one of the people that we go to breakfast with, his mom is in a big dying process, and she's old, she's like 98 or something, but he's crying about it, he's upset about it, he's mad about it. We just love him, like no problem. It's not our mother. Like, I'm not going to go down the drain with him. I have my own stuff, but I think we make this idea up that grieving and sadness is burdensome, when what's really burdensome, in my opinion, is having psychotic perverts lead this country.
Oh my God.
That is burdensome.
That is burdensome. But
as a woman, to watch these guys that are like affirmed women haters drop bombs, way more offensive than them saying, you know what, actually, I was really mistreated as a child, and that's why I'm such a jerk. I feel much better about it.
There is also this idea that I'm a winner. And I wonder if that's the thing too that makes people not want to talk about their vulnerabilities, is because there's this, I don't know, in that deranged group, there is this need to declare yourself the winner all the time.
Yeah. And I'm going to promise you this, because, I really work with, over my lifetime, thousands and thousands of women.
Yeah.
I don't know any healthy woman that's the least bit attracted to any of these guys. Like, at all. They're repulsed.
Oh yeah, but they think they're
So
so
these guys are
attractive.
doing it for each other. Like, look at me. Like Elon Musk can brag all his life about how many wives he has and how many
Yeah.
children he has, but they're all leaving him because who wants that?
Who wants to be around that? Nobody.
Ugh.
What is
It's
that?
just for each other.
What is
I
that
think it's a
psychological?
homoerotic thing. I think they're all
Yeah,
closeted
I
homosexuals.
think you might be
That if
right.
they could get with that, they'd feel a lot better.
If they could just get with that. Yeah, maybe we wouldn't
They'd
be.
feel a lot
They wouldn't
better.
always be displaying their
Phallic
money.
missiles. Like, look at all these phallic missiles.
Oh my
Like,
God,
what is
yeah.
all this about?
I've been talking about that lately. Like, why are we going to Mars? Who wants to go to Mars? I'd rather
Well,
stand down
clearly
here.
people that are not comfortable being here, and also people that are not experiencing love. Love is so powerful, and I can tell you're very well loved just by being with you.
Oh,
When people are well loved, they just don't have to posture. They don't have to dominate.
yeah.
And to me, it's like love, if you really get it, it just really can calm you down.
Do you think that that's the drive that people have for, it seems like an addiction to money and power. Like
Yeah,
it
it's
seems
a
like
lack
an
of
addiction,
love.
just like anything else, just like any other addiction. It's just there's never enough, and they will
Yeah.
consume everyone around them in
Yeah.
order to gain that.
Yeah, it's a lack of love because I promise you, the hole in the soul will never. I mean, I work with billionaires a lot. The hole in the soul will never be filled by more things.
Can't we
Not
give
once,
them the
not
love
ever.
that they need? Is there something we can do? Because it seems like they're
I
getting
wish
a
we could
lot of
have
love from somebody.
my personal favorite would
Yeah.
be all the extraterrestrials reveal themselves and drop MDMA into all the water of all these people, and then just do like your breathing meditation and the Tibetan bells and put cats in all their laps and
Wouldn't
like,
that be great?
yeah, amazing.
I think that's. All right. So now we had a question about what a session with you is like. Like, can you walk us
Yeah,
through
break
that?
it down.
Yeah.
Well, yes. So a session with me is about looking at your birth chart and spending about 10 minutes just talking about the patterns and opportunities of that chart. But then it really, because of the therapeutic angle, it's really talking through what's going on in the moment and how to bring it to the highest level of application. So it's a bit of a snapshot and then a deep confidential dialogue. So that's what I do, and it seems to go well. And I really, really love my work. I mean, what a privilege.
It sounds
Because
great.
yeah, I do 2 sessions a day, literally with people all over the world. And I get to know people really intimately, which is such an honor. And every single session, I'm learning because even though the chart is showing some patterns, they're always going to be unique to the person's experience and culture, etc. So I learn a lot every time.
Does that help you build your knowledge of how astrology is
Yeah, yeah,
impacting people?
that's the only way. That's why I think people come to me and come back is because I have 40 years of data and,
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of readings. So it gets deeper, my own knowledge and training as I go because I am very curious. So it helps.
What is now psychology has many different branches as well.
Yeah, yeah.
What are the disciplines that you usually employ?
Well, I was trained in a few different disciplines. I was trained deeply in depth psychology and Jungian psychology, which is study of the archetypes and the unconscious. But then I also was trained in behavioral psychology, and I became a national trainer of EMDR, post-traumatic therapy. And then also through the nonprofit that my partner and I started, we trained heavily in social and emotional education. And so those are the 3 baskets I say that I'm really excited about. I no longer have a therapy license because at 60 I gave it up and decided that I didn't want those kind of constraints because it's kind of fussy fussy industry.
Fussy, is it really?
Very fussy.
Does that make you less able to do your job, you think, sometimes?
No, because I don't take insurance or anything. The only thing getting a license does for you is it legitimizes you for Medicare and blah, 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 blah. But I don't need that anymore, thank goodness, so it's fine.
Can you tell us about AHA and what that is exactly?
Yes, so my partner Rendy and I, in 1999, after the Columbine massacre, we were both therapists and mediators and educators, and we started a program for teens about social emotional learning and what we called eracism, undoing eracism, and building community through creativity. And now, all these years later, it served probably 75,000 teachers and teens and parents. It's going strong. We're no longer the admin, but we advise. And it's just an extraordinary program of really helping people have better relationships and learn to be fully expressed. Like a big part of my job is we're going to be happiest when we're expressing ourselves fully, robustly, and without censorship. And you know that, Joel, because that's your job.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
What now? You say sometimes that you dance.
Oh, yeah, I'm always dancing. So my thing is, I'm a joker, and I need to always like have a better attitude, as we all do. And I have been dancing since I was young, just freestyle weirdo dancing. And I just turn up the music really loud. Sometimes I have to wear headphones because my partner gets irritated. But if she's not here, then I'm like totally turning it up. And then I just dance for a half an hour, and I just feel so great.
It makes you feel good, doesn't it? I mean, it really does.
Yeah, I just do it to feel good. I'm not winning any contests.
I want to talk about that too, about creativity, because you talk about creating art with a different viewpoint than maybe some people do. Like some people are like, I'm trying to create this because I'm going to make the greatest painting ever, and it's going to sell $1 million, and I'm going to become rich.
Yeah.
What is your viewpoint on
creativity for commodity?
Oh, wow.
No, I'll show you, I just draw. Every day I'm drawing. Sometimes I paint. I'm not a technically trained artist of any kind, but I realize that color is healing. And so if I just spend 5 minutes making a drawing, that's kind of connecting with other dimensions of positive energy. It's a really easy way to feel more human and delighted. So I do all the creative stuff, but none of it I obviously I write, and I've made a little money writing, but I do all of it just to free myself.
Do you think someone who wants to make a living in one of the arts, how can they get in? Do you think getting into that mindset is a valuable thing?
Yeah, if it's inspiring to anybody, maybe. I worked as a therapist and an educator and a nonprofit executive director. It was 60 when I became kind of famous and got my big break. I was doing astrology from the time I was 19 till 60, but it didn't seem to matter to anybody but me, And then Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop got all about me, and my friend Elise Lonan. And then I blew up, and it's like, oh, now I make really good money. But all that time, I wasn't doing astrology to make money. I did it because I loved it. My big coaching, especially for the youngers, is do what you love. Just don't go at it like you have to make money, because it ruins you.
Wow. How did they find your book? I mean, was it something that
she published this book.
Gwyneth they published this book. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And how did that happen?
Gwyneth is a good friend, and she's grown to be a great friend. And anyone that puts her down, they're a frickin' idiot, because I've hardly ever known anybody to be more generous, gracious, open. I can't say enough good things about her. But how this all happened is, at the time, her creative officer, Elise Lonan, came up to get a reading from me. Somebody referred me. And we really hit it off. It was a great reading. I started writing for Goop for free because I wanted to write. This is what I try to coach my adult kids. Like, don't do everything for money. Just do it because you love it. So I started writing for them. Then I got to know Gwyneth, and I was going to their conferences. And it was just like an organic thing. And then at a certain point, they bought this book. It wasn't my first astrology book, but I was really lucky, and still I'm very grateful that they're behind this book.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing.
But I do want to really emphasize this point. Like, don't create to monetize. I get it. You have to make money. Do other shit for money. Like, make sure you got a day job, because like otherwise you're really doing it for the wrong reason. The creative instinct isn't to like get things. It's to give things, in my opinion.
Well, and we see that in the entertainment industry, just with the studios and how they make their decisions based on what has been successful
So
now.
before, like how
before, and then
backwards is that?
they try and just do it again.
It's like having a horrible divorce and saying, let's try it again the same way.
Let's do it exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What were you like as a kid?
I was a rascal.
You were?
Yeah, I'm the youngest of three.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was mostly, how shall I say this, unchaperoned. I was a wild child, a feral child. Yeah. And, you know, of course, nowadays I couldn't have gotten away with any of this because I was like off, you know, in the gully with the boys.
Yeah.
You know, I was just nuts. And my parents really were confident in me, and they shouldn't have given me so much freedom, as it turns out. But, you know, I have a really great brother who's a year older than me, and he looked after me. So that was good.
And when you came of age, did you go straight to college, or were you like a wild
I went right
teenager?
from to UC San Diego and then to UC Santa Barbara. Yeah.
And did you ever investigate like ayahuasca or any of these other kind of?
Are you
things?
kidding? I'm this age, aren't you? Like, I did it all. The only thing I haven't done is heroin and speed. No, maybe I even did a little speed for volleyball. I don't know.
Really good. Did you
No, I
find
did
that,
all things.
Did you find that those things were mind expanding, that maybe that got you to where you are today in some way?
I would say that when I was in college in the freshman year at UCSB, my boyfriend and I did LSD. And I had 2 LSD trips that like absolutely let me in on the big secret of spirit. But then I had a bad trip, so I stopped that altogether.
Oh, that's the danger.
I think the thing is, substances are teachers. Once you use them for recreation, you've forgotten the whole point. So I'm a little bit of an addict type person, so I had to be careful. But I would say I owe substances a great thank you, to the degree that they help my perspective. But now I'm very concerned about how many people are using substances just to numb out, and they think it's like a big, you know, awakening, but actually it's just a habit.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times it becomes, like you say, people escaping. There seems to be
ayahuasca, by the way, I have done that a couple of times, and I was scared to do it, but it turned out great for me. But I will say this, that you can't get addicted to, so go do that.
And would you say that what is the benefit? Do you see the world as one? Do you see us all as one?
No. Ayahuasca is a teacher medicine that will go right to your ego and destroy it. So that's why it's not addictive. It's not like, oh boy, let's go do some ayahuasca, because believe me, it's not about your ego. And so you don't get to choose what you're going to see or how it's going to be. They just go right to, oh, you better look at this. Boom.
You are such a well-rounded person when it comes to
experimentation.
Well, not necessarily experimentation, but your just viewpoint on things. Did you ever do like Buddhism or?
Yeah. I am a Buddhist meditator. So I've been meditating and studying Buddhism since my 20s.
Wow. Yeah. And how does that?
I'm big into that.
How does that incorporate? Oh, she says, I love you. That's nice.
I love you, whoever you are. Let's bring
too.
it to the love.
You are admirable. No fear of feeling at all. Yeah, there's no fear. I think that's probably one of the things that is stifling at this point in time. Are we in a weird, are we in some kind of age or some kind of thing that's happening right now that maybe we're going to get through?
It's always happening. You know, we're always in something. Things have just escalated in terms of the astrology profile. Things are just extremely hot, intense, and escalating during this next year, as we can already feel.
Yeah.
And so we're all a bit on edge, and it's a very, very difficult time. On the other hand,
Yeah. Tell me something
to
good.
me, this is me with my like hopeful perspective.
Yeah.
What we saw in Minnesota was just exactly the grace of God, because there are so many people that showed up in freezing weather, all kinds of people, and they were not violent. And this is the imprint we have to remember, that there's another way, which is everybody comes together and says, we want social justice, we want democracy. But to do it in a way where we don't get baited by the violence, this is like everybody bow down in Minnesota. Just bow down.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need.
Do you
And
think
it's the other way.
do you think protesting helps?
I know it does. Look what happened in Minnesota. They shut down the ice. Kristi Noem got fired. I mean, yes, protesting, but not violent protesting, just masses of people showing up and being unrelenting. It's a proven formula. We just cannot put our heads in the clouds or in the sand. We need to show up, and we don't have to be perfect. This is a huge piece from Loretta Ross that I learned. You know, better to have an imperfect ally than to not have a friend. So we're going to disagree on a lot of things, but the common good is more important than what we agree on. So
Do you think
I
this
feel very faithful about this.
do you think this country is ever going to come back together? Like it's the United
I
States of
think it is
America, but
together.
it doesn't it does?
I
Oh, you do.
think it is together. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is together. I think there's far more people that actually have common sense and they've been misled. And I think they're coming to understand that. And I believe in the greater good. And I think we have the preponderance of goodness on our side. I really do.
I like that. Do you think with all the social media and all the hate and that it spews out and all the misinformation, have you noticed a psychological damage that's occurring to people over the many years?
Yeah. For sure. Because, you know, we work with teens, and when we started, there weren't digital natives. Since 2016, coincidence, we've seen this incredible escalation of anxiety, depression, and bullying. Yeah.
Wow.
We got a lot to handle, but we have a lot of good people like yourself doing great things. And I feel like if everybody just took up their one great thing, it's going to be a wave that's unstoppable. But everybody has to take up their one good thing.
Yeah. It felt like that we were going in that direction, and then all of a sudden we took a turn.
Well, we're facing our collective shadow, and you named it earlier.
Yeah.
We, as a nation, have plundered and killed others to have our own success. And our nation's shadow is greed. And so we are now looking at it in 5D going, oh, this is what greed show looks like. And maybe there's some repentance here.
Do we each have shadows? Is that Jungian? Is that a Jungian thing?
Yeah. I think what makes me healthy, to your person that thought I'm no fear of feeling, I have tons of fears, but they're not about feeling, is when you're a Jungian, one recognizes, and I think you can, Joel, that I can be anything. I can be a murderer, a rapist. I can be, a violator. I can be a merciful angel, because in Jungian psychology, we are the collective unconscious. Just our pin ego is saying, I'm Jennifer. But in fact, we are everything that's within us. And we choose every day which parts to act out.
Do you feel like we have freedom of choice?
To a degree, of course. You know, we are a product of our cosmology, our biology, our cultural upbringing. So there are parts of us that feel involuntary. And then within that, there's parts we have some choice about. As you know, because you mentioned you get help. through tons of therapy that I've had, I've become a far kinder, gentler, thoughtful person.
Really?
Yeah, because I was a
I like that.
rascal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was selfish and a rascal. But I think that we can change things to a degree.
What do you believe about the spirit? This is very kind of personal, but do you believe that we go on after we die, or what do you feel like happens with that?
Well, I heard a beautiful thing the other day because I honestly don't know. And then there's all kinds of funny versions of what happens. But I heard a beautiful thing, and it's given me comfort because I'm older and I'm going to die. Like, who wouldn't want to die and become part of the mountains and the sky and the water? That we return to all the best things that are comforting people that are alive.
I like that thought.
And that gave me a lot of comfort because every day I'm looking at these mountains and I go in the water and I think this is what heals my soul. And then I think, oh, you become part of that, which is helping other people live.
I like that.
I don't know about the rest of it.
We have Greg Wordla here, who's a teacher, and he says, we see a lot of anxiety because we don't do a good job teaching our kids how to cope with failure. That's
Yeah,
an
I'm all
interesting
about
word.
failure. I failed a million times.
Failure.
Like I'm like a poster child of failure.
Are you?
Well, yes, because I try so many things. Like this person is exactly right, because
Yeah.
the bottom line is if you aren't willing to fail, you're not going to be that creative, and you certainly aren't going to have fun. Like failing can be really fun. Just fall flat. Like, this as a comedian.
Yeah.
Like failure is what you're always about.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel good though. It doesn't feel good.
Well,
but you
it's
learn.
good
You learn
if
a
it
lot.
teaches you something. Like I say, make the pain count. So
Yeah.
like I failed at this, I failed at this, I failed at it. It's like, give you an example. I wrote this novel. I'm so proud I wrote this novel, Beyond Aquarius. It's my first novel. I got such great feedback from the people that actually read it. It has really good ratings on Goodreads. I've sold hardly any. What a failure. What a failure. On the other hand, my friend said to me, you did not fail because you did something you absolutely love. And I'd never written a novel before. And at least 3 people that mean a lot to me, like, called me to say, this book meant so much to me.
Yeah.
So really, is it the quantity? Anyway,
The word failure too is just like
yeah,
it's a kind of misleading because it's all about really what were you going after. And the other thing is you achieved first of all, you achieved one thing that was really interesting is you reached out for help when you were writing the book.
Oh yeah.
And that was not your tendency. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, having never written a novel before, I asked my friend to help me edit it. And at a certain point, I had written 100 pages, and we went and met. And I said, "So what do you think?" She goes, "Well, if this is your book, only 3 people will read it." Well, it turned out a little more than that. But so then I thought, well, I really don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I hired a story editor, and because clearly there are problems in the development of the story. And this person, who's from the Midwest and probably homophobic and all kinds of things that wouldn't fit this book.
Yeah.
She gave me 10 notes on every page.
On every page.
I had to rewrite the whole thing, but I did it. And
how,
so I feel good about it.
How was that on you as a creative person to take that kind of criticism and then turn it around and use it? It's not necessarily criticism, it's help, I guess.
Right. Well,
you must have really trusted this person. They must have been somebody who...
It was good. It was good feedback. Like, I wouldn't just take it from anybody. It was good feedback. But my inner experience is anger, frustration, and rage. Like looking at the feedback. That is my inner experience. I do not like it. And also, I'm impatient. So, oh my God, I have to rewrite all of this. I just felt really mad. But then I did a bit of it a day, and then I felt really proud. So it kind of went from impatient, frustrated, angry, resentful to proud, but I stuck with it. So I think actually now that I'm talking to you, probably the biggest success is I did something I'd never done before, which is rewrite at this level and, like that.
You have a very specific emotions that you name. Do you have like an emotion wheel or anything like that you look at?
Well,
because you're specific about emotions. You're not like, I'm just angry. You're like, I'm frustrated, I'm this, I'm this,
So
I'm this.
there is something we learn as social emotional educators that we teach teens, and your wife is going to be really excited about this for you, is there's some term called emotional granularity. And it means, can you be specific about the myriad of feelings you're having? Because they've done brain cartography that shows if you can name emotions more specifically and articulately, you actually feel better.
Really?
So we teach it.
Because you're like acknowledging it for what it is.
But also it's very specific, and it's like you manage it in that way. So we say you name it to tame it. So if I can be much more graphic about what I'm feeling, let's say my partner and I are in a fight, then I can say to her, I feel dismissed, I feel blamed, I feel minimized, I feel hurt. Because you have many feelings at once. Well, now she's got an idea of how I feel.
Yeah. That's really good. As actors, when we take up this profession and we learn how to be an actor, a lot of times we are told not to pay attention to the emotions, just let them happen or whatever. But later on, as you go down this road, you start to realize that emotions are, if you have more specific emotions as an actor, it's much more, it's much more engaging to watch because it connects with people. Just like,
yeah, well, again, go back to Hamnet and Jesse.
Yes.
Like, honestly, as a social emotional educator, that woman had the range of emotions that I've hardly ever seen in a film.
It's remarkable.
Ever. And she was committed to every single nuance of that feeling and changing within a minute.
Yeah.
Like, that takes so much emotional intelligence because, yes, you're letting it happen, but you have to have the repertoire of feelings to draw from.
I don't even know, embarking on that movie, that was a very brave thing to do because there was very little chance that they were going to be able to communicate what the last scene communicated, and it really did it. I mean, it just did it. But I'm like, they must have had a lot of trust in these actors, and that director must have had a lot of trust in her abilities because they pulled it off, but it seemed, I don't know how you could see that on the page. Yeah.
Well, I admire people like yourselves that are bringing feelings raw into the crowd. It's quite an art, and it also helps people. I think it really helped me to see that movie and connect to that level of the last scene. For those of you who haven't seen it, is a wife recognizing the different way people grieve. It was amazing.
It was amazing. Greg Werla says, it amazed me how humans overthink and analyze everything. Everything has to be defined, or in most cases, over-defined.
That's a drag.
That is a drag.
Humans in drag.
All right, well, I guess we're at the end of the show, unfortunately, but this has been so scintillating and really has gotten me, I feel like, you know what I said at the beginning of the show? I said I want people to feel better after they've seen the show, and I feel better. So hopefully other people do as well.
Yeah, well, I really love talking to you. You have a very gracious and kind soul, and it shows. And I hope that you have a really good month. And to get a session with me, you go to my website, jenniferfreed.com. It's pretty simple.
Go there, and I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's not showing it. There it is. There it is.
And
so yeah, jenniferfreed.com.
I wish you and your family the very best, Joel, and keep going.
I wish you the very best, and thank you for gracing our stage here today.
Yeah, and give me any and all ways I can promote this show, like through, little videos or JPEGs. I'll do it. Oh,
thank you so much. Well, we're going to have our dance break. We're going to have that. I got a really nice one here to end the show. Thanks everybody for being here. This is a cover song from the play Hair. Not Age of Aquarius, even though you are Aquarius, but it's something very good.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Comprando desperta em você a vida que está em tudo que existe. Deixa o sol entrar, o sol entrar. Deixa o sol entrar, o sol entrar. Deixa o sol entrar, o sol entrar.
Deixa o sol entrar.
Deixa o sol.
Deixa o sol.
Deixa o sol entrar, o sol entrar. Deixa o sol. Deixa o sol entrar, o sol entrar. Deixa o sol.
Deixa o sol entrar.
Deixa o sol entrar, o sol entrar. Deixa o sol entrar, o sol.
Thanks everybody for being here. Thank you. This is the Munch Therapy. Yeah. Beautiful.
Fabulous.
Wasn't that beautiful?